First of all, Shaq, thanks so much for doing this. I really appreciate it because I know how busy you are. You've gotten even busier and bigger, if you will, since you retired from playing basketball, haven't you?
The funny thing, Jim, is when I wanted to get a message out, you were my guy. So here we are 20, 30 years later. Just want to say I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate your professionalism. I appreciate you always being fair with me. I appreciate you always pulling me on the side and saying, big fella, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have did that. I appreciate you being a mentor, and I appreciate it keeping it real with me, brother. So, of course, when you call, brother, I'm always give you something because we had a lot of great interviews, but every time I didn't do right, you would always pull me to the side and say, big fella, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have did that. So I appreciate you for being like a father-like figure, brother.
You're making me get emotional here, man. We don't want me to get emotional now. Oh, but by the way, before we get started, I'd like you to do a promo for me. You watching Sports Central on CBS2 with Jim Hill?
Okay.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah, you're watching Sports Central
CBS2.
on CBS2. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shaquille O'Neal. You know what you're watching. Hi, I'm Shaquille O'Neal, and you know what you're watching. Sports Central on CBS2 with the Hall of Famer, my main man, Jim.
It's really amazing, watching you and things like that. When you were playing, what was your favorite part about being a Laker?
My favorite part about being a Laker was being amazed that the biggest stars that I used to watch used to come watch me. So I said to myself, okay, I just got through watching Jack Nicklaus and Adam Sandler. They made me feel pretty good. So you know what I'm gonna do for them? I'm gonna do the same thing. And what I loved about Jack was sort of like you. Come on, Jack, bend your knees, follow through, play defense. So, being able to see him, Denzel, Eddie Murphy, my favorite, Halle Berry, Beyonce, just being able to see those people in the stands, it was just great. And I remember when I first got there after the game, Mr. Buss invited me to the Forum Club. And I'm like, holy crap, these are all the superstars that I've been watching as a youngster on TV. And they're like, hey, Shaq, welcome here, we love you. And I'm like, wow. So, I don't want to exclude the other fans. They were great too, but playing in front of people that inspired me, that really, made me say to myself, I have to take my game to a new level. And a lot of people don't know that the day I got there, Jerry West brought me in and sat me down. He said, look, I know you're different. I know you like rap, and I know you like movies, and I know you're an outgoing guy like Magic Johnson. But he said, he pointed up. He said, at the end of the day, at the end of your Laker time, you're either going to be up there or this whole thing is going to be a mistake. So even though I was having fun, I still had that pressure of, okay, I got to win. And not only do I got to win, I gotta win like a Laker. So as you know, our first 4 years we kept getting swept and kept getting beat. Utah was our nemesis, and then we made the move. Got the great Phil Jackson, and Kobe was coming into Kobe at that time, and we were able to kick it off.
I mean, you guys were so good. You were having fun. You had great personalities on your team, and that's what made your squad even more attractive to the general public. Wouldn't you agree?
Hold on, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, look, I knew from watching Magic and watching Kareem, I kind of wanted to redo Showtime. Wanted to kind of make it a Showtime too. I didn't want to be boring. The team that was there before I got there, they had some good players, but they didn't have that. So when I arrived, I became that, and I just was teaching guys how to have fun and do our thing. The city was on fire. It was parties every night. I was kind of doing a little bit too much. When I met Phil, he told me to put everything down. He said, hey, if you put everything down, not only will you be MVP, we'll win the championship. And then he also said, if you put everything down and it don't work out, you go back to doing what you was doing. I said, deal. So the year I put everything down, his dreams came true, my dream came true. I was like, you know what, let me try this again. And then let me try it again.
And of course.
But I always wanted to be up there with the Laker greats, because even before I became the Shaq, my father would always say, I'm going to make you the most dominant big man in the world. I'm going to make you like Kareem. I'm going to make you like Wilt. I'm going to make you like Bill Russell. And I had no idea what he was talking about. But then when I became a Laker, I was like, okay, I had the chance to fulfill my father's dream and also fulfill my dream.
That's really amazing. And winning those man, when you won those championships and the championship parades were absolutely off the chain.
What I like about the city is the 4 years we were there, they were with us. It was never, oh man, it was always, we'll get them next year. 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 And then after we got one, everybody was happy. And that's why I came up with Can You Dig It? Because I knew we were having like a little thing and everybody was inside first and and it was like, all right, come on. And then when I came outside, they said it was 100,000. It looked like 1 million people there. I don't care how much. And that's where I got the scene from the Warriors when he said, "Can you dig it?" And that's where that came from. Because when I stepped out on the stage and seen all those people on the horizon, I felt like Cyrus from the Warriors. And then all the energy from the people just made me say, you know what? We're going to do it again next year. And I wasn't going to say that, but the energy from the people and all the people that stuck with us, all the times we failed, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna back it up for y'all. So, the fans have always been great. Even after I got traded and came back, never had a problem. Always great. Always we miss you. Lovely there. I just recently sold my house there, but look, I've been coming to LA since 1989. So I've always had good rapport with the people from LA. Always had good rapport with the media. Love Jeannie Buss. I think she's going to give me a copy of the new ring that everybody got because I like the new ring. You could tear it off and all the retired jerseys are there. I would like to have that just to look at it so I can put in my trophy medal.
Yeah, not only did you entertain on the floor, Shaq, you entertained off the floor, like after the 2000 title in front of, tens of thousands of people at Staples Center, you started to rap and everybody went crazy.
Oh yeah, I just tried to redo the song "It Takes Two," and Mark Manson stole the show when he started dancing. Look, it was fun times. And if I had anything to do over again, would I do anything different? The answer is no.
Yeah, because you love being a Laker.
Love being a Laker because I wanted to be like Kareem and Magic.
What about this year's team? Have you had a chance to look at them just a little bit?
Yeah,
Because they look like they can win it again.
yeah, they look good. Pelinka did a good job of somehow getting younger. Look, LeBron's going to lead the way. AD's going to do his thing. You just need the others to, hit timely shots. But look, everybody's in sync. They're playing well. Coaches get along with the players. The players like each other. They look pretty good.
You have grown into being one of the most popular figures, not in sports, but in all of business and everything else. And I know you really relish and cherish the relationship and the platform that you have. What Kareem, and was talking to Kareem the other day, and he was talking about you in such glowing terms. Shaq, what do you think we have learned about ourselves after going through the pandemic and still going through it and all the other issues that we have to deal with these days?
What I have learned is that time is not forever. You know me, I'm a tough guy. The thing that kills me the most is I didn't get to speak to my sister before she passed. The thing that kills me the most is I didn't get to speak to Kobe before he passed. And I could have reached out. I could have been reached out, But a lot of times we get caught up in what we're doing. Like I'm a busy man, I'm working on doing this, but that's no excuse. So what it has taught me is to reach out. You think about somebody, reach out. Email, text, Facebook, Instagram, DM, Farmers Only. You know about Farmers Only?
Oh, yes.
You have to be lonely and farmers just reach out to people. And that's what it's taught me. And, it's been a rough year. It's a lot going on. And, I just got to, continue to make people smile and, make people happy.
And it makes you want to do more because when you were here, you did a lot for young people. But now I know you want to do even more. You don't want the credit for it. You just want to help. It's like what Dr. King said when he said, giving back to your fellow mankind is one of the most noble things that anyone can do. And that's what you're doing.
Yes. And I'm also upset that I didn't have a better relationship with young fellas' parents. They're some beautiful people. I spend time with them in Vegas, and we've been talking here soon. I'm like, bro, we should have been doing this since 2000, and it hurts my heart. But a couple of days ago was the anniversary. So when I woke up, I wasn't thinking about me. I was thinking about mom and dad, because of course the whole world is hurting, but nobody is hurting more than Vanessa and the girls, and nobody is hurting more than his mom, his dad, and his two sisters. So I reached out to them, but I'm saying to myself, we could have been doing this the whole time. It's just I don't understand. So that right there has taken a piece of my heart out, and I'm gonna try to fix it.
But it takes a big man just to even admit that he should have done something different than he did, and that's how you've always been.
Yeah, that's how I've always been. Like I've always tried to do the right thing. I may say certain things, I act a certain way, but at the end of the day, I've always tried to do the right thing.
You think this team we just talked about? You think they can go back to back like you guys? See, you guys went back to back to back. You think this team can go back to back?
I think they can. I think they're only people that got to probably worry about in the West, in my opinion, would be the Clippers. But I think after they get past the Clippers, Philly may give them some problems, or the Brooklyn Nets may give them some problems. That right there would be the best matchup, because you got like 4 or 5 superstars on the court at once. And if they can win that one, look, I wish them well. I'm a Laker for life. I played for a lot of teams, and I wish all those teams the best. But to answer your question, yes, I think they can win another one.
You know how much fun we're having when we watch you and Ernie, and Charles and getting on each other, because you're more than just informing us. You are entertaining us, and you just carried your entertainment head from the Lakers right on into TV and what you're doing now.
Yeah, I just the good thing for us is they allow us to add humor into what we're doing. And I think what makes our show relevant is you got 2 Hall of Famers, actually 3 Hall of Famers. Ernie is a Hall of Famer, and then you got Kenny, who's won multiple championships. I think people know and understand. I've been throwing this word out a lot. People need to understand what that means. G14 classification means you have the permission to say certain things. A lot of guys don't really have the permission or the know-how or the facts to back up what they say, but I think as a whole we do.
You've always done a lot of wonderful things. You've ventured into doing a lot of great things. Now we're talking about, and I heard you talking about wrestling. Are you serious about this Cody Rhodes thing? Cupcake Cody Rhodes?
He was talking smack, so I got something for him.
And when is this going to happen?
I don't know. I think in March. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Shaq, we've had a lot of fun, and we've learned from you talking about what you've learned from me. I learned a great deal from you, and one of the things I learned from you is a saying that one of your favorite sayings, I believe it's by Aristotle, when he says, "Excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you repeatedly do." And that applies to you, Shaquille, because you are what you repeatedly do. And what you continue to do is to give back to your fellow mankind, to help our young people, to show them that there is indeed a light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's all my parents taught me when I was a youngster. It saddens me, especially at the beginning of the pandemic, to read 40 million people got laid off. That hurts. So any way I can help somebody, I would like to.
Shaquille O'Neal, Laker legend, NBA champion, Hall of Famer, entrepreneur, TV star, statue outside Staples Center. Man, you got it all going.
That's big. I'd like to thank my main man, Jerry West, for bringing me there. I'd like to thank Jeannie Buss, Jerry Buss, and the entire Buss family. I'd like to thank all the actors and actresses that came and watched us perform. And I'd like to thank the city of Los Angeles and the state of California. Couldn't have did it without you guys.
Shaq, I can't thank you enough, man. Thanks for everything. And I mean everything.